Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's going to be something different. I decided to do a little cooking video. It's not professional at all. I just recorded this on my phone, but this was my first time making gumbo. And I decided to, well, I'm going to say we because I wasn't the only one, but I was the main one. But we decided to, instead of cooking like the traditional turkey, ham, and dressing and stuff for Christmas, we decided to cook gumbo. And it was all of our first time making it. So, yeah, I'm just going to take you through, what I did. So, yeah, let's get started. First thing I did was first look on YouTube for a recipe. And I found her name is Cooking with Carolyn. So she said when making the roux, because that is the base to the gumbo, um, just basically keep stirring till your hand fall off. So I was making the roux, and the roux is basically I put in 2 cups of flour and 2 cups of vegetable oil. And it depends on if you want it thick, you would add 2 cups of vegetable oil, 2 cups of flour, and if you want it thin, you would just add 1 cup of the flour and 1 cup of the vegetable oil. So this is me stirring up that, and you have to keep stirring it because if not, the flour will sink to the bottom and it will be hard to stir it and it will burn. Technically, it is burning, but you want to just keep stirring. Um, until it turns a chocolate color. So this was after me stirring. I was stirring for maybe about 20 minutes, and I had it on medium heat. And mind you, this is just the vegetable oil in the flour. So I just kept stirring until it got a little bit darker. And then once it got darker, I transferred it over to the pot we're going to be making the gumbo in. I'm not sure of the size of this pot. So for the vegetables, I added 1 whole celery, 2 green onions, 2 bell peppers, and 1 white onion. What's the blade? Oh,
How do you miss that?
probably your dad missed that.
He didn't. You did.
So I hate chopping up onions, so we kind of chop them in the food processor to do that because I didn't want my eyes to start watering. So I gave that a quick stir because I didn't want the roux to start sticking to the pot. Now I'm adding the garlic. I added about 6 or 7 minced garlic cloves and I put those in there. So I added about 8 bay leaves. I didn't show the clip where I added the chicken broth, but I used 2 bottles of the chicken broth even though the recipe calls for 3, but someone said we didn't need 3, but we did ended up needing 3. So we had 2 cans of the chicken broth left over in the cabinet, so we just added those 2 in there. But if you're making this recipe, you will need 3. So now we added the sausages, and I don't recall the name brand of the sausages that we used, but I just know we used 2 packs and we cut them about maybe I think like 1/4 of an inch, because we wanted like a lot of sausages. So you can cut them up to your preference. After the sausages, we then added our chicken. Now the chicken was baked for about maybe 20 minutes. We just baked it on like a cookie sheet with a little bit of olive oil so the chicken wouldn't stick. And we also like pre-seasoned the chicken, so it was in the oven for about 20 minutes. And then after that, we just added it to the meat to cook some more. That was what the recipe, the lady that I watched on YouTube for the recipe, this is what she did. So we decided to do it. This is what the recipe is based off on. I think I mentioned it before, but her name is Cooking with Carolyn. Um, so we followed her recipe. So this is just adding the chicken and then I'm just stirring as the chicken's being added. Now I like my chicken. I just cut up some chicken strips or chicken breast, whatever you have. And then we also use some chicken flats in there as well. For the seasoning, we added Old Bay, obviously. We added seasoned salt, cayenne pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, gumbo filet, and I think that's about it. But you can add your seasoning to taste. Then once after that was cooking for about maybe an hour, we then added our shrimp in. So those are the shrimp. They're extra large. I don't remember the number that we use. We get our shrimp from Walmart, but they're the extra large shrimps, and we kind of cut some up. So then we started adding the little crabs. Now this bag it said crabs for gumbo. So they're like the really ends of the crab, like little baby crab legs, snow crab legs. So one bag of these were $9.99, and we ended up getting two because we thought we would need two, but this bag had a lot in it. And these little things, they were actually really good. But we added one bag of those in there, and then we also had some snow crabs that we got from Walmart, but that's cooking on the next hour on the stove. So we didn't put those in there. We just had the gumbo, then we had some crabs on the side. But we just gave that a stir, and we let this cook for maybe about 30 minutes or so. Shout out to Cooking with Carolyn because she was a video that we all watched. Now I watched a lot of gumbo videos on YouTube, and I was like, no, we were all like, we need to watch someone who knows what they're doing, and she obviously did. So the recipe is from her. I'll link it down below. So after that cooked for about 30 minutes, we're all like, it looked like gumbo, it smelled like gumbo, it tastes like gumbo. We just made gumbo. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.